Thank you, First Minister. And last year, of course, we were elected on manifesto commitments to deliver an independence referendum within this parliamentary term. We promised to lay the groundwork for an independent nation that's progressive, compassionate, and built on the principles of democracy, equality, and respect for the planet. So it's a real privilege to be here with you today alongside the First Minister and as part of the Scottish Government to set out how we intend to deliver on that commitment. Our world is changing. Economic inequalities are widening. People across Scotland are under ever more intense pressure as inflation grows, and we're accelerating toward climate and environmental breakdown. Now, with the limited levers and the finite budget that the Scottish Government currently has available, we're already doing what we can to navigate these stormy waters and deliver our vision of a fairer and greener Scotland. Just to give a few examples, the Scottish Child Payment is putting money into the pockets of those who need it most, with free bus travel for young people and record investment in energy efficiency targeted at lower income households. We're cutting the cost of living and helping to tackle the climate crisis. These actions and much more show our determination to deliver on our promises. But we also have to be honest about the precarious situation that Scotland is in for as long as Westminster is making decisions over us. Countries the world over are facing economic turmoil and the challenges in transitioning to net zero, but we're forced to do so with our hands tied by the limits of the devolution settlement and held back by a hostile UK government. With the powers of a normal, independent European country, we could chart a different future. So the paper that we published today illustrates this basic but powerful point. It shows that we are being held back environmentally, socially, and economically by successive Westminster governments that Scotland didn't vote for, and we all suffer the consequences, either directly or indirectly, as the Scottish Government is forced to spend limited devolved resources to tackle the income inequality that's being created by UK policies, while other European countries succeed by building more equal societies in the first place. The simple fact is that hanging on to the Etonian coattails of the UK government in the hope that one day they might start making the right decisions for the people of Scotland has not worked, nor will it ever work. Just look at their response to the cost of living crisis, a crisis that is global in reach, but has been turbocharged by a hard Brexit. The inflation that we're struggling with, driven up by the damage wrought by Brexit. And the Westminster response, compared to other European countries, has been inadequate and extracted only after months of pressure, and largely because of the Prime Minister's desperation to distract attention from the pile of fixed penalty notices in the Downing Street inbox. Independence would mean that the decisions that affect Scotland would be made here in Scotland. It means a Scottish Government and Parliament chosen by the people of Scotland for the people of Scotland being fully empowered to rise to the challenges that we now face, just like any other normal European country. And like the comparable countries that we've set out in this first paper, with the powers of independence, we can build a prosperous, equal and greener Scotland. We can create a fairer society where people are not forced into poverty. And by working with our European neighbours, we can play a powerful part in tackling the climate emergency, creating a net zero economy based on clean industries, both restoring nature and creating high quality, lasting green jobs. So these Building a New Scotland papers will set out what we could do with independence. They'll establish a blueprint for those early years for our new nation, a fairer nation and a greener nation that can rise to the challenges that we face. They won't be the only vision for the future. We want everyone to have a say in what an independent Scotland looks like. That's the very definition of independence, after all, empowering the people of Scotland to choose our own future. So whether you voted yes or no in 2014, or if you're one of the 500,000 young people who didn't get the vote last time but are now of voting age. Or indeed, if you're one of the many people who've since moved to Scotland and made this country your home, I hope that you'll join us over the coming months and play your part in making this an optimistic, constructive and inspiring debate about our potential, our future and the country we want to be.